You know, I got a quick quiz. When is the most important moment of your life? The answer is right now. And what about the most important person in your life? The answer is the person closest to you right now. And the important thing in life is to be able to do something good right now for those people that are closest to us. What's happening now? Well, welcome back. It's time to bring back the rising star of Korean basketball, Samsung Thunder's forward Lee Lee Seung-jun. Today, we'll find out about Lee Seung-jun, and we've never seen on court. We'll see today. Lee Seung-jun as son, brother, and friend as a family member to see how he is.
Something into nothing. That's just the way it goes, and everybody knows. Started flying this way, arrows through a heart shape. That's just the way it goes, and everybody knows.
Well, we're actually lucky to have this wonderful gentleman back on here again, Lee Seung-jun, our pro basketball player, our KBL, our 국가 선수, that's what we can say. So thank you so much for coming on again.
Oh, thank you for having me again.
We are excited to talk with you again, even deeper in conversation. But we're going to give you some tea to soothe your soul a little bit. Isn't that kind of cool?
Yeah, that is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Have some tea and enjoy your tea. And so let's get started. And so many people are curious about you, about your family, about your upbringing, just everything. You first came to Korea in 2007, is that right?
Right.
Yeah. And as a foreign player, because your citizenship was the U.S. right. Citizenship. And in 2009, you got naturalized as a Korean citizenship.
Right.
Now tell me about that.
Well, my brother had it was interesting because the year I came in 2007 was my first year playing in Korea. But I played as an import player. And it was the same year my brother entered into KBL. So he was a rookie as a Korean player. So we look at the back of our uniforms, and his would say Lee Dong-jun, and mine said Sandrin.
Oh.
So it was kind of funny. But then he was telling me, hey, you should do this. It's a great league. It's a great place to play. Everything's secure. And so after my brother's paperwork was all finished, I turned my paperwork in and started the paperwork that year. And then, 2 years later, I got the opportunity to come here.
Yeah. And then when you came back, and as a Korean citizen, it didn't say Sandrin anymore. It said
Lee Seung-jun.
Lee Seung-jun. Do you still have that jersey where it says Sandrin?
I do at home, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it's funny.
Yeah, okay, a lot of people, love to hang up their jerseys and keep it as a frame thing. Do you do this too or no?
Actually, it's funny. I just gave one of the guys that worked in the KBL office, a friend of mine, a couple jerseys to frame for me because our house is kind of barren at the moment, so we need some stuff to liven up the walls a little bit.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Great. That's great. I'd love to see a picture of that. Okay, so tell me, I'm going to bring this up, but rumor has it that when you were taking the Korean naturalization exam, that it was very difficult, and so you had to take it 2 times. Is this true?
Who gave you this kind of information? Actually, it was very difficult because, my Korean level wasn't very high, still not exceptionally high, but, the test is all in Korean. And so studying for the test was difficult because I had to learn words I'd never heard before, and I actually failed the first time.
Oh, wow. So what do you think was difficult? I mean, it's a test to become a Korean citizen.
Right.
So what do you think was the most difficult part of that test?
Well, I mean, I could always read Korean, because it's not a hard language to learn how to read. But knowing what the words say, that's another thing. So, I mean, I didn't know how to conjugate verbs, like how the sentence structure worked. So I'm reading it, I can sound it out, but I have no idea what the sentences are saying.
Wow.
So our teacher was trying to teach us like keywords, like, okay, this word right here, this means post office. Remember that. That correlates with this answer, which is envelope. so we're doing like basically memorizing, you know, that kind of stuff to try to help us pass the test.
Wow. Now tell me, because your Korean has improved much more when you first came, because I remember, you know, meeting you for the first time when you came to Korea. Tell me what things that you did to improve your Korean so that it can also help our viewers improve their English. So can you share with them?
I mean, for me, I was fortunate enough to be in a situation where I'm completely immersed. So, I mean, I hear Korean from the time I get up to the time I go to sleep. You know, but watching Korean dramas, watching movies, the more Korean friends you have, you know, the more Korean you hear helps. And just, you know, studying on your own, you know, and like asking lots of questions, you know, is probably the best way to learn.
That is true. That is true. So definitely, as you're saying, watching dramas, probably listening to music, getting into the culture of it and listening to things over and over and making some friends. Probably for our viewers, making some, you know, English-speaking friends will probably help too. So this is really good, you know, because you can see how difficult it is for the Koreans when they're trying to speak English, because we're having that same difficulty. Speaking Korean, you know? And it's so much easier being in the limelight of everything being in Korean, so you pick it up much faster. Now, I hear that your father was living here for a while and learning Korean as well, too. Your father is American, Caucasian, and your mother's Korean, right? So tell me about your father's experience of learning Korean in Korea.
Well, I mean, my father first came to Korea in the 70s. You know, he was a soldier at the time, so he was stationed here. And he started doing martial arts, he started doing like hapkido, taekwondo, and all this stuff. So started learning Korean that way. Got interested in the language and started, you know, getting lessons and whatnot. And actually spoke very good Korean when he was stationed here. You know, and when he met my mom, obviously his Korean improved because my mom didn't speak very good English at the time. And then it was always kind of his dream to continue his Korean studies. But then, you know, getting married, having 2 kids, and a career and whatnot kind of sidetracked that dream of his. So he just retired this past summer. And so for him, we were like, hey, Dad, you know, you've always had this dream to study Korean. Why don't you come out and stay with us and study? My dad got all excited and was like, I'm going to do it. So he was all retired. So he was like, yeah, I came out here. And he was at Danggukdae, at the Oakdang down there. And you know, it's funny because he'd walk around campus and everyone thought he was a professor.
An English professor.
He was just the oldest student on campus. But yeah, no, that was great for him.